So, Judge, the individual before you represents a danger to this community. He's now charged with 2 counts of murder. I would add for the court's application, there are 2 other individuals who are seriously injured.
When I first moved to Vegas, I had no idea I'd be covering 2 alleged murders in such a short span of time. Just a few months back, there was another story about a Las Vegas YouTuber who shot and killed another content creator and his wife for no other reason than content wars. The reason it was such huge news was because usually people don't shoot other people on the strip in Las Vegas, and usually people don't speed into standstill traffic, but that's what they're saying happened.
November 18th, when police say he intentionally caused a deadly 12-car wreck, killing his pregnant girlfriend who was his passenger and another driver. In that crash, they say he was going at least 70 miles an hour.
Metro sources also telling 8 News Now Gutierrez was involved in a crash with another driver in September. A judge denying his bail on his most recent charges following last week's crash. He is now due in court again tomorrow.
Now, when I saw that crash, I immediately blamed it on another DUI in Sin City and called it a day. But once the details were published, I realized this case was anything but normal. Like the fact that Jose Gutierrez was in the car with his pregnant girlfriend when the accident happened. Another detail that I'm sure made this case national news is the fact that Jose Gutierrez didn't have a drop of alcohol in his system. But to be honest, when the media would release his previous record, I was more baffled than informed.
Hey, what's up, fool? Hey, what's up, fool? Get back from me. Stop. 3x1, give me a red. Hey, get off him. Get off him.
He is then 18-year-old Jose Gutierrez, who in this video from April is about to be arrested on a charge of intimidating a public officer. Metro Police taking Gutierrez into custody after a call for a report of a woman crying, saying a man hit her. Gutierrez would plead no contest to a lesser charge of resisting a public officer as part of a deal from prosecutors, a judge ordering him to stay out of trouble and attend impulse control counseling.
Now granted, Jose Gutierrez's crimes are a definite cause for concern for his mental state, especially if he didn't attend any of those classes for his mental health, which they're alleging. But the next run-in with the law would be for speeding, doing a 35 in a 15 miles per hour zone, which I'm sorry to say that all of us have done accidentally at least once or twice.
6 months later in October, this Metro officer's radar gun clocks Gutierrez speeding at 52 miles an hour in a 35 zone. You can see Gutierrez fly by in that silver car.
Everybody, you're going too fast.
This quick interaction ending in a $150 ticket.
So you're going 17 over. I dropped the ticket down to 5 over, so it's in the lower bracket. It's not as bad. You're going 52. It's a 35 zone, but I decided you're doing 40.
Now, before I continue this video, I want to acknowledge and send prayers and healing energy to all the victims in this crash, not just the ones in the headlines. A 27-year-old male driver was also seriously injured in this accident. An unidentified 24-year-old woman was also identified as having life-threatening injuries. Jose would cause another young woman, Vanessa Lanes, to be fighting for her life as well with a traumatic brain injury. And even the man driving Vanessa, Jose Pena Dominguez, would suffer a lacerated liver from this tragic accident.
Because she's now dead.
And tonight we are learning more about another victim seriously hurt in that collision. 25-year-old Vanessa Lainez is a team member at Shang Artisan Noodle. A statement on the restaurant's Instagram page says Vanessa has a traumatic brain injury and is fighting for her life in the hospital. Her co-workers describe her as kind and hardworking and say she was married just 9 months ago. Her family has launched a GoFundMe to help cover her extensive medical needs as she begins what they call a long road to recovery. Gutierrez is due back in court on December 9th.
Now, the prosecution is alleging that Jose wanted to end his relationship by any means necessary, and that includes attempting to hurl them like a bullet into standstill traffic. Now, I'm not saying the prosecution is lying in the assumption of Jose's motives. I just don't know why anyone would go to such an extreme to end a relationship. Some would argue that Jose would feel trapped, being young with the stresses of a new family on his shoulders, and I have no idea one way or the other. But Jose would be arraigned for his crimes.
Bada versus Jose Gutierrez. He appears to be present in custody, represented by counsel. Your appearance, counsel?
Yeah, good morning, Your Honor. Thomas Mossville, bar number 126 here on behalf of Gutierrez.
And you're confirming as counsel?
I am confirming today.
On behalf of the state?
Carlo Pesci on behalf of the state.
All right, a couple things. He has 2 cases. I put the other case on calendar today to coincide. They are related cases. Mr. Gutierrez was originally arrested under case number 25 PC 100298. He was arrested on November 18th of this year for 4 charges of reckless driving resulting in death or substantial bodily harm. He posted a standard bail amount in the amount of $20,000 on that case before the case was reviewed by a judge. Before he was actually physically released, however, he was rebooked under case number 25CR100657.
So originally, Jose was charged with 4 counts of reckless driving. His bail was $200,000, to which he had to post 10% of that, which is $20,000. And he posted it. Before he could be released, the DA upped his charges. It's kind of odd to me that the prosecution would see a man get into an accident, lose his pregnant girlfriend in the same accident, and immediately assume foul play. But the charges? They upped him to something I've never even heard before.
Charging him with 2 counts of open murder with use of deadly weapon, 4 counts of reckless driving resulting in death or substantial bodily harm, 2 counts of attempted murder with use of deadly weapon, and 2 counts of battery with use of deadly weapon resulting in substantial bodily harm. So 10 felony offenses. He is currently being held without bail as a standard on a murder charge. I think the state probably should have filed under the lower case number. I see that both of those cases, however, were assigned to the same Justice Court Department. Coincidentally, they were assigned to Justice Court Department 3, Judge Letizia. Judge Letizia did review this yesterday. Based on the filing of reckless driving felony charges, it triggered the administrative order reassigning it to this department. So this department will proceed with this case.
10 felonies and 2 open murders is crazy. But I'm from California, and I never heard of open murder. So I had to look it up. In Las Vegas, open murder is a procedural mechanism where a prosecutor files a general murder charge that encompasses all degrees of homicide, leaving it to the jury or the judge to determine the specific degree during the trial based on the evidence presented. It is not a specific crime in itself, but a charging practice. Now, like I said, I'm from California, and if you get charged for an M1, the prosecution has to convict you of an M1. You don't go to court for murder and then they decide which one they're gonna charge you with based on the evidence. That seems like Vegas casino odds if you ask me. But on the other hand, who wants to make it easy for anyone to get away with this type of crime in their city? Because Jose is currently being charged for the death of his 20-year-old girlfriend, Adeline Rincon, and 38-year-old Edward Garcia. And don't forget the 4 attempted murders of the other victims. But what I didn't consider was, what if the victims don't make it? But the prosecutor did.
State, I'll hear from you first.
So, Judge, the individual before you represents a danger to this community. He's now charged with 2 counts of murder. I would add for the court's edification, there are 2 other individuals who are seriously injured. We hope that they will come through, but there is the possibility that something could go wrong with those. There are 2 counts of murder. This is a person who was driving the car exceptionally fast, at least over 71 miles an hour. There is no indication of any breakage whatsoever.
Now, Jose would make terrible mistake after terrible mistake. After the alleged accident, Jose would speak to police without counsel, and during said interrogation, he would admit that he suffers from seizures. He would also say that he was having an episode which caused the accident. Now, the masses will argue if Jose was having a seizure, his car would have did a multitude of different things than actually happened, like slow down, maybe even swerve. But accelerating and going into a straight line into standstill traffic, that's why the prosecution thinks this was intentional. Now, to be honest with you guys, I'm not an expert at anything medical. How do I know if having a seizure doesn't make your leg lock into one position on the gas pedal, making it accelerate? What I do know is that a lot of people suffered and lost their life for something senseless. And as a new resident of Las Vegas, I think we all need to take a special interest in this case. But let me know in the comments, do you think Jose tried murder-suicide by car? Or do you think there's something deeper to the story and we gotta wait and see? And if you made it this far, click the left side of your screen to see why Krishan Rock may have admitted to planning Blueface's murder on IG Live. And also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that algorithm because I need to be there, man. Because I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but...
Fuck that little 10.